Hey, it's Django from Calvander Sound. Today I want to talk to you about one of the most important things a guitarist can learn, and it has to do with your right hand, your strumming. This is a very simple kind of set of exercises that if you practice them and incorporate them into your playing, it will make you a better lead player, it will make you a better rhythm player, and just overall a better musician. So what is this magical formula? Well, it's actually really simple. It has to do with counting, and it has to do with constant motion with your right hand. So what we want to do first is mute with our left hand. So we're going to have our hand just flat so that when we hit the strings, we're not hearing any notes. Now, if you have your hand like that right over the 7th fret or the 5th fret, it will ring with a harmonic. So just kind of put it somewhere in between. And then what we're going to do is we're really going to concentrate on what our right hand's doing. We're going to hold the pick loosely, and we're going to strum down, up, down, up, down, up in constant motion. While we're doing this, what we want to do is make sure that we're counting. So we're going to go with the fastest that you're ever probably going to have to play or count playing guitar, which is 16th notes. So the way we count quarter notes is 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 16ths is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So every time we say one of those syllables, our pick will be going down or up, alternating. So it's like this: 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. Now, what we want to do is we want to make it so that our right hand is so used to moving consistently that if we want to play something very syncopated, something that's off the beat, it will just fall into place. And if it's coming on an upstroke, coming on a downstroke, it won't matter. So the way we're going to do this is something called the Displaced sixteenths exercise. And what that does is it allows us to play an accent, meaning hit the string a little harder on certain beats. So the first one is this, and you can get the handout at my website, calvandersound.com. So it's like this: 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So each accented note is one later in the group of 16ths. So the first one's on the 1, the second one's on the E, the third one's on the and the fourth one's on the and then it starts over. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1. The really important thing is that you count out loud. It may feel a little silly at first to be counting because we all know how to count to 4, but the fact is counting is going to be your friend. And when you come across a rhythm that is difficult to play or a strum pattern, by counting you will make it demystified and you'll be able to play it perfectly every time. So slowing down and counting, those are really, really important concepts for improving your rhythm playing and improving your playing in general. So the other way we want to practice this first exercise is with a swing pattern. Now, every rhythm can be played either straight or swing. And as you can see, the feel is very different. Straight eighths means each eighth note is equal in value in time. And swung eighths means the first eighth note is dotted and the second eighth note becomes a 16th note. So in other words, the first eighth note gets 3/4 of that beat or the half beat, and the second one gets 1/4. So sometimes swing sounds almost like your guitarist speaking Italian. So it's just a good way to kind of get it in your ear and remember it. Kind of the lilting sound. Da 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 da. It also kind of sometimes sounds like you're riding a horse. So take that first exercise and try it as swing. So we go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. By doing this so that you can do it consistently, what you're doing is you're practicing every conceivable place that you might want to play an accent. Now, once that's comfortable, there are other patterns, and I'll give you some other ones. Here's one that that will be on the handout that you can get at the website. It's like this: 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now if you speed it up, it's and of course try it with swing as well. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Now, after we get really good at this, and it'll take you probably a little bit of time practicing it, slowly counting, a little painstaking at first, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer some of the brain work to our fingering hand. The way we're going to do it is, instead of accenting with our right hand, what we're going to do is we're going to push down on essentially a power chord, and we'll do it as an A. So it's your first finger is kind of flat, pushing down the low string. These high ones are kind of muted by your first finger, and then your third and fourth fingers are on the 7th fret of the A and D string. So basically the low 3 strings are ringing and the rest are just going to be muted. So whenever we have an accent in one of these patterns, instead of hitting it harder here, we're going to push down and let it ring just for that one beat. So the first one will sound like this: 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2. Or swung, the first one will sound like this: 1 E and a. Now let's go to our second example, which is suspiciously close to a 3/2 clave from Latin music, or a Bo Diddley beat essentially. It sounds like this. You can really hear the rhythm a lot more when you're pushing down rather than just accenting. And then we'll try that swung as well. Now the key to all of this is that our right hand is constantly moving, and it never starts over. It never does 2 downs or stops, or you don't take a vacation just because you're not hearing a note. All of those things are incredibly important to be consistent with your right hand. That will take it out of the equation, and all the thinking can happen with the left hand, and it's going to do wonders for your rhythm playing and your lead playing as well. So work on these and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can visit me at calvandersound.com, where you can get materials and other things related to these lessons. Thanks and have fun. We'll see you soon.